What's going on, everybody? Tom here with Black Sheep Keto, and welcome to what is kind of a very special video for this channel. This video actually marks 2 years on YouTube for me, and before we get into the rest of this video, where I'm going to talk a little bit about where I've been, because you guys know I haven't been posting that much lately, the things that are coming next year and a little bit later this year, as well as, the new website build, which circles back to that first question. I wanted to take a minute just to thank all of you guys out there who have watched my videos, subscribed to my videos, supported me along this journey. There are almost 30,000 subscribers now, which is just absolutely insane to me that I've been able to touch that many people's lives and hopefully help them lose that weight that they've been trying to. For those of you guys who don't know, I actually used to be 325 pounds, definitely morbidly obese. I am 6'4", so 325 doesn't sound that bad, but trust me, it was. I was noticing it affect my life. And then at my smallest, I got down to right around 200 pounds. Now, I started this channel as a way to, help other people lose weight that really struggle with it. And to me, what you guys probably don't know is that was in some ways a little bit of a therapy. I had survived a mass shooting, had a little bit of a epiphany in my life where I realized I wasn't helping other people. All I was doing was, making money for myself, writing software, and just enjoying my life. But I wasn't doing anything to help other people. And then it clicked to me, I struggled so hard with losing weight that was what I could do. I could help other people realize what I had accomplished and hopefully get them to follow the same path. And that's kind of how this channel started. So the fact that, I've got millions of video views, 30,000 subscribers, that number of people that I have been able to hopefully make a positive impact on their life is just an absolute blessing. And I really do thank every single one of you guys. And obviously, along with that, guys, this channel is not going anywhere. I love what I do. I love YouTube. I love trying to help people. And honestly, I'm going to keep making videos as long as I can. So if you guys want to help me out, help grow this channel, sharing my videos, mentioning me to other people, it definitely helps me out a lot. And I am very thankful for those of you who do that, and just for those of you who watch and support my content. But now that that's over, let's move on to kind of the more substantial part of this video. Let's talk about, first where I've been. You guys probably noticed that the videos have slowed down quite a bit lately. And I do apologize for that. There was a lot of things going on in my life between family in town, traveling to visit family. I work between 60 and 80 hours a week at a software company, so that eats up a lot of time. Plus, I go to the gym 5 days a week. And just with everything going on, it became very, very hard to make videos. And I have a solution to all that, which I will get to in just a minute. Another thing is, guys, I haven't exactly been having the best health stuff going on lately. Nothing serious, but some of you who have been around for a while know that I have really bad allergies and sinus problems. I'm allergic to pretty much everything green, most metals, which is why I had a beard for a while. I break out from razor blades. And I had a surgery back in January that was supposed to fix it all. They went through and did a whole bunch of stuff in my sinuses, and it fixed it, but I've noticed things getting worse again, so I've had to deal with all that. And I really don't like filming when I'm having, those sinus flare-ups because my eyes look sunken in, my nose is bright red, I look like I'm from The Walking Dead or something, and trust me, I've filmed when I've been like that before, and I get a whole bunch of things in the comments, what's wrong with you? Why do you look that way? So I've just learned not to film when I'm like that, so that's part of it. But also, this is kind of the slow season for keto and dieting in general because, let's be honest, the holidays are a very hard time to stay on your diet, and even those of us who are keto influencers, guys, at Thanksgiving, I totally had some things that weren't keto. Everybody does it, and a lot of the ones who tell you they don't, I can tell you just because a lot of them are my friends, they actually do. Some of them might not, but just trust me when I say most people will at least cheat a little bit in the holidays, and a lot of people forget about their diet all of November and December, and they get back to it January. So I wanted to take this kind of lull in the keto period to do some of the things that I've been meaning to do for a long time to help grow this channel and help make this, keto resource as good as possible. So one of those things, actually, guys, if you don't remember, my website was pretty much garbage. Yes, I write software professionally, but I do back-end, high frequency stuff that's very high performance computing. I don't do artsy web development stuff. So originally I just threw something together where I could put all my recipes because people wanted a written copy of the recipe. Now this is going back a year and a half, almost 2 years ago probably, when I did that. And I didn't really think much of it. I was okay, I'll do it better later. I'll take the time, learn a little bit of web dev, make this better later on. Well, later on just kept getting shoved back, and it never happened. So I've spent hours and hours and hours rewriting the website. I'm going through and reformatting every single one of the recipe posts so that they look better, they're easier to read, Google finds them better, all sorts of fun stuff. Unfortunately, the whole website rebuild probably took me 80 hours, and then each of those recipes takes me about 5 to 8 minutes to redo, and there's 85 of them on there. So as you can see, the time here really, really adds up. And I'm totally okay with that because I'm almost done and I think the end product is totally going to be worth it. So at the end of this video, I'm actually going to show you guys a new website, but if you guys have not checked it out yet, I'm sure many of you guys have already seen it because, you know, I post recipes since I've done that. But if you have not, check it out, blacksheepketo.com, or just wait till the end of the video and I will show you guys a full tour of the new site and some of the things that are going to be coming on that as well. And if you guys notice that I go through a little bit of a lull where I'm not posting on YouTube, but you're just curious what I'm doing, check out my Instagram at blacksheepketo. I'm a lot better at posting on that. For example, over the holidays, I was in the Rocky Mountains. You know, we posted a picture of us hanging out in some hot springs. I'll definitely answer questions on there, things like that. But it's a lot easier to post on Instagram when I'm on the road than it is to post on YouTube because I've got to bring this big old camera, my editing equipment, all this fun stuff, lighting. It's much easier to post on Instagram. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I'm actually going to be doing a lot to grow that as well in the next year and kind of have some more different platform exclusive stuff. I also just completed a list with about like 4 different types of video categories. On there, there's well over 100 video topics that I want to talk about. I think there's like 55 recipes and there's a mix of other things. So I am really going to try to do like 2 videos a week. And the way I'm going to do that actually is when I shot that barbecue series, if you guys remember that, I'll put a link there if you guys haven't checked out that barbecue series. The way I did that, and you might notice it from the clothing that I'm wearing in those videos, is I filmed like a ton of them in one day. Like I just took like a Saturday and filmed like 6 videos, and like the next Saturday filmed like another 6. Because I think there were 12 videos in that series. But in any case, I find that to be like the most useful way to do things, to where like, you know, I can spend a month every day, maybe an hour when I get home from work and have a little bit of free time before bed, working on a recipe. And then come the weekend, I can film, you know, 4 of them that I created that last month, schedule them for every weekend of the next month, and do it that way. So I think that's the best way that I'm going to be able to actually keep up to date and posting plenty of content for you guys, is to just spend a whole weekend, film everything for the month, schedule it through the month, and then while I'm not filming through that month, I can do my recipe development, my research if it's like a informational topic, that kind of stuff. Additionally, because, you know, sometimes I just get tied down at work and I can't post on Instagram until it's like 8 o'clock at night, and let's be honest, who's looking at Instagram that late? Most people are already in bed, whatnot. I'm actually going to be investing in a social media management platform. That way I can, you know, get things posting onto Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, whatever, at a reasonable time, and then all I have to worry about is responding to your comments, not actually going through and like writing the post and all that fun stuff, because those platforms don't really have a good way of like scheduling a post to go on at a certain time. And I'd rather like have it when you guys actually see it. So I'm going to invest in a software that allows me to schedule all those things, and then all I have to do is open up one feed. I have comments from all the different platforms and I can respond to you guys. Because if you haven't noticed, I really do enjoy your comments and I try to respond to as many of them as I can. If there's a question, or sometimes I just tell you guys thanks for, you know, your support. And I do actually mean that. The fact that you took the time to write the comment means a lot to me, and I need to take the time to respond and thank you guys for it. So that's how that's all going to go down. Now the last thing I want to talk about before we just go into the quick website overview, things coming up the rest of the year. Well, guys, I'm actually getting really tired of making keto sweets. I know that's like baffling because everybody loves keto sweets, but you got to remember, when I make a recipe, that is not the first time that I've made it. I have made probably a dozen test batches, tasted all of them, and really, like, I just finished filming a gingerbread and royal icing video yesterday for my buddy Ben, the Primal Bro. I've got some churros that I'm going to be releasing here shortly, and I've got the recipe almost finalized, and that's for Miles. If you guys know him, it's Telecron on Instagram. He wanted some churros, so those are going to be it for the keto holiday treats, guys. If you wanted anything else, let me know in the comment section, and I will try to work on it for like later on in the year, but I've just done too many sweets back to back, and I'm just tired of it. So I'm going to start getting back into like real meals and things like that that actually excite me to make, because, you know, at first the sweet sounded exciting, and then, guys, trust me, like, you just got tired of sweet. Another couple things that are coming out that are cool is I'm going to do a deep dive into allulose, because I use that in my pecan pie, which I'll put right here. And there's quite a bit of allulose in there, admittedly, because pecan pie is like sugar pie with a nut topping. I'll post a recipe like right here for like non-keto pecan pie. It's absolutely insane how much sugar's on there, and I love pecan pie, and it's like no wonder I became morbidly obese. In any case, I just wanted to do a deep dive into allulose because some of you have some concerns about it. There's a lot of misconceptions, and the reality is there's not a lot of good information out there. So what I'll probably do is give you guys the information, show you guys like the recommended daily intake and the recommended intake in one sitting, and I'll probably do a blood test, all that fun stuff. So that's going to be coming up soon. Additionally, this will probably come out later in December, maybe early next year. I'm going to be doing something called, or I'm tentatively calling, Making It Keto. And a lot of people wonder like how I make my recipes. Well, all I do is I find like in a cookbook or the internet, like somewhere that I can find non-keto recipes that I've used before when I wasn't keto, and find a really good one that I really liked back then, or even one that's just highly rated if I've never had it. And then I go through there and I say, okay, well, what about this isn't keto? And then I go into my little toolbox and figure out how to make it keto, right? So I want to give you guys those tools. So, you can do it yourself. That way you're not relying on me necessarily to make the recipe that you want. And sometimes, hey guys, I'm always open to requests. It's totally a great thing if you ask me to do it for you. But this way, if I don't have time to do it, or if it's going to be, further down my list, you have the tools in your arsenal to make whatever recipe you want into a keto recipe. So that'll probably be 4 or 5 videos. I think the last video in that series, what I want to do is I want to take a suggestion from you guys. So let me know down in the comment section. And it's going to be a recipe that I have never tried before. Like I've never tried to make keto. That's going to be the stipulation. And we're just going to shoot it live, like me going through the process of turning it into a keto recipe. And obviously I fail a lot because like you'll taste it and you'll be like, okay, it needs a little bit of this. Or, oh, it's a little flat. I should add more flour to puff it up, depending if it's a baked good or like, just a dinner meal. Whatever you guys choose, I have no other restrictions than that, other than I can't already have a recipe for it. But then you guys will see my process of how I get from, the non-keto recipe to a keto recipe, and then I modify it to actually be what I wanted it to be. So that'll be a lot of fun. Now I know I'm starting to ramble here, and I do apologize for that, guys. It's been a bit of a longer video than I was expecting, but I have a lot of things to say, and I don't really talk to the camera like this very much. I really should do more vlogs and things like that, where I'm go through and just sit down and tell you guys what's going on. Side note, guys, I am getting married in June, and we are starting that planning next weekend, so maybe that's a good time to start vlogging again. In any case, guys, I know I'm getting a little bit long-winded here, so I'm going to go ahead and just get right into that website overview, show you guys the new website and how it looks. And if you guys are interested, please stay tuned for that. If not, once again, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel and supporting me. And, it's been 2 years. Hopefully by this time next year, we're at 100K. That is the goal. I don't know if it'll happen, but only you can make that happen. So let's get into that website overview right now. Well, guys, here it is, my new website. As you can tell, it does look quite a bit different than the old one, and we will go ahead and go through this whole website, show you some of the cool things about it, show you where the things are that you will more than likely be looking for, and kind of explain what changed and why. So first thing you'll notice, this whole thing was redesigned, and that was mostly just to make it look cleaner. But also, I use Wix to host my website. Reason being, I don't feel like hosting it myself. It's not that hard to do, but there's certain liabilities, especially if I ever decide to start like selling anything, like say I want to sell, I don't know, meal plans or something like that. I don't want that liability, so I'd rather go through a company who's going to take all that off my shoulders. Now, along with that means I am limited by the things that they do and the performance that they allow the sites to get. So some of the cool stuff that I was trying to do on the old website, like have the YouTube feed, the Instagram feed, turns out to be quite slow. So I wanted to fix that because nobody likes a slow website, and this one is actually fairly reactive. So starting at the top, this is home. This will just take you right here. Recipes, which some of you guys will be interested in. We got our social media, our shopping, which I'll go through some of those later. Meet the team, what we do, about us, and contact us. Now what we did to make this a little bit faster loading and a little bit easier on your mobile browsers is we made this just one page. So, if I hit find out more, it'll just drop down a little bit further on the page. If you want to find us on social media, same thing, it's all down here. We've got a contact us form if you want to get in touch with me. And obviously if you want to be subscribed to get notified when new recipes come out, right here is where you would do that, and you'll get an email when a new recipe comes out. Here's the Meet the Team section, what we do. All these are hyperlinks to the respective categories. And obviously the recent recipes. This just loads towards that blog feed that I was talking about. And every so often I do have a back to top button just to kind of make it easier on you and take you back to the top. Moving on to the recipe section, which is probably the section that most of you here care about. We did redo this as well. Now as a note, you do see the ads here on the side. I have them set up to not load on my browser because it doesn't look good for Google AdSense when the person who owns the website just keeps refreshing pages, and while I'm doing work on it, I do that quite a bit, so I don't want to aggravate the people who are actually paying us. Because yes guys, I do run ads on the website. I try to make them off to the side and not in the middle of your face to where it's super annoying like some websites do. Reason being, I do this entirely free. I don't care what the current trend in the market is. I don't care about any of that stuff. I will never charge you access to my website. My recipes will always be free. And you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about here. And for those of you who don't, Just trust me, a lot of people are starting to do that, and it's a real kind of strain on the keto industry. But that being said, it does cost a lot of money to develop recipes. Depending on the recipe, it's probably anywhere between $50 and $100 for all my test batches. So the ads do help offset that a little bit. Now we go into a recipe here. We have all the fun stuff you guys are used to. And obviously here, these are affiliate links. If you guys click on those, it will give me a commission. Now, I do mention that here and here because I'm legally required to tell you guys this stuff. Won't cost you any more money, but if you guys are going to buy the ingredients anyway and you want to help support the channel, that is an awesome way to do that. You click on that link. If you buy that ingredient and pretty much anything else in your cart, I get a kickback for, which is awesome and definitely helps support the channel. Moving on, I already showed you the social media, but most of these things actually are just anchors to the main page. You can see here it takes you right down there, back to top. It's all just this main page for the most part, with the exception of when we get into shopping. Now, if you click this ingredients link here, I actually have a custom curated Amazon store. This is my view of it. Your view will look a little bit different, where I put in like my grocery essentials, keto gadgets I like, vitamins, all the fun stuff that I actually really like. I put in there, and again, buying through here, I do get a kickback as well. It's just part of the Amazon influencer program. Another thing is I do have some t-shirts, not a lot, and we are going to be making some really cool kind of comedy t-shirts coming soon. But right now I've got my logos on mugs and t-shirts and stickers if you guys are into that as a way to support the channel as well. But I've got some really funny ones coming out soon, that are just kind of plays on the carnivore and keto world, and I think they're going to be hilarious. I just need time to actually make the designs and get them put out there. And the last thing here is the affiliates page. These are the companies that I have decided to affiliate with. So when you go through here, Kiss My Keto is absolutely awesome. They have delicious gummies and bars. Dry Farm Wines makes really good wines that are less than 1 gram of sugar per serving. This right here will just take you back to that Amazon store of mine. That way, if anything you buy on Amazon, I do get a little bit of a commission on. Fresh Jacks makes some awesome spices, and Low Carb USA holds keto conferences. So if you guys decide to shop on any one of those, if you click that link, it does give me a kickback. I do go ahead and explain all of that here. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. You'll see that I try to keep the ads out of the way and pretty minimal. Reason being, yes, I still need to make money, but I don't want them to impede your guys' use of the website. I don't want you to be going through a recipe and accidentally click on things that you didn't mean to. I don't want you guys having to close out of crap to view the website. I find that to be completely obnoxious. So I just put them in little places to where I can make a little bit of money and it won't annoy you guys too much. But that is pretty much the end of this video walkthrough of the new website. If you guys love it, let me know in the comment section. If you guys see typos or anything like that, please let me know down in the comment section as well. I wrote this really late at night because, work all day, go to the gym, come home, cook dinner. So most of this was done super late, and I probably messed a few things up. So if you guys see it, fill out this contact form or shoot me a thing on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. I would really appreciate it. But that, guys, I hope you like this video. Subscribe if you're not yet, and I will see you in the next one.